Okay, and we are live. CYBERSHOKE Prospects versus Nuclear Tigers. I'm pretty sure it's just Nuclear Tigers. I don't think I'm supposed to pronounce the TigerES as it's spelled, but if it is, feel free to correct me. I really have no idea. Looks like we're probably headed for a Moscow server here. I think both these teams are from CIS. We're going to be heading into the veto very shortly. Two pretty highly touted teams here, I would imagine. Both featuring several, top 1000 players. Should be in for a good game of Counter-Strike. Down to just 3 maps now. And they've picked Mirage. Just give it a minute or two before we try and join the server to avoid breaking anything. But should be fine after that. I haven't actually looked at these teams' standings. If we go to okay, so because this is the Elite Series, it looks like, yeah, this is just a playoff game, and I think it is a best of 3. So is that Mirage the decider? Sorry, no. CYBERSHOKE has picked Mirage. That's the first map. Sorry, I'm new to doing best of 3 pick bans. CYBERSHOKE Prospects have picked Mirage. Nuclear Tigers have picked Ancient, and Train is the decider map. Mirage is our first map. That's why it's highlighted. So as far as standings go, there aren't really standings for this. It's more of a bracket system. So whoever loses this, they're not out yet. They do drop to the lower bracket and they'll get their chance to play off against Watermelon. Interesting. And the winner will advance to play against Warmup Esports in another best of 3. The loser of that, again, will go down to the lower bracket, and then eventually we will get the winner of each bracket in the finals. So let's try. Oh, sorry. One moment. Let's try joining the server. Let's see if this works. It's usually good by 2 minutes in, so hopefully we shouldn't have to restart the game or anything. There we go. And we are in. Yeah, it seems pretty reliably that around 2 minutes-ish after the pick ban finishes, the server goes live. And our first players are in. I believe this name is pronounced Mikus. If that's wrong, I don't really know what I'll do, to be honest. I'm hoping that if I say anything wrong, people will correct me, but I really don't know. And then we've got Plane, Twister. I do not know how to say this name. I'm gonna say Squez or Squeeze, maybe? Squez X or Squeeze X. Or just Squeeze. I'm gonna say Squeeze because that's easier. Squez is not an easy thing to say. And then Feet as well. So CYBERSHOKE Prospects players all with matching profile pictures. And finally, what do you say? This is it Diesel or Diesel? Might have to check his like Steam real quick. Okay, it's Russian. Sick. I really don't know. I'm gonna go with Diesel again just because it's easy to pronounce, but if it's Diesel, I apologize. We've got Flauser. The coach of Nuclear Tigers, Tony Black, in the server as well. Is he playing? Tony Black might actually be playing. Never mind. Pixel's also joined and he's also here in the game, so I'm not sure. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to relay what any of the chat messages mean. I don't speak Russian. I'm assuming that language is Russian. I know it's a Cyrillic alphabet, but obviously because I can't read it, I can't tell you what any of it means. So I'm going to hope that it's all safe for Twitch. I'm going to assume that AX is like a laugh. I think that's a safe bet. Just waiting on the Nuclear Tigers players to join the server now. Joining beautiful Mirage. I'm gonna do the insta smoke ready. I'm gonna roll players to smoke. Goes up over here, way into the sky. It comes down. And it's right there. In window. Alright, we do have 5 accounts connected for Nuclear Tigers, and I have to do my best with these names. But like I said, the coach is in the server and one of their players seemingly isn't, but the coach could be playing, I'm not sure. For their lineup in this game on Face It, they did have listed only 4 players along with the coach, but they have played with a 5th previously. They haven't just forfeited every game due to only having 4, and I don't believe their coach has been playing, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, on that side of Nuclear Tigers, we've got Mikyus, Flauser, Senka, Zika, and on the other side we've got Plane, Twister Zaza, Squeeze, Feet, Diesel, and their coach. That's how I'm going to pronounce the names. I think it might be a good idea. I'm going to turn my HUD scale up a little bit just so it's a bit easier for you guys to see. There we go. I think this works better. Maybe the chat being larger isn't so good, but just having the larger player icons at the top I think is better. Maybe like there. Dennis. I don't know what the context for that is. That's the only thing I've read so far. It's Dennis. WW Delara. Ha 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 ha. I wish I knew what they were talking about. Maybe one day I'll learn Russian. Don't know what the hold-up is here. Looks like we are just waiting on one more player for Nuclear Tigers. Until then, I guess we can just bide our time, be patient. I'm gonna go quickly grab myself a glass of water so that I can stay hydrated while I cast this best of 3. I'll be back momentarily. Aha! Rain has joined the server. Not Rain from FaZe. Or the other Rain from FaZe. Rain 999 from Nuclear Tigers. And it looks like both teams are readied up, so we're ready to head into our knife round here. Just a reminder, you're watching ESEA League Season 55. This is the Europe Elite 1 Group A. And this is the upper bracket first round CYBERSHOKE Prospects versus Nuclear Tigers. It's going to make it a little tricky for me to observe because as each players have a coach on their team, it somewhat throws off the numbers. I believe that, yeah, 2 of the T players are going to be labelled 11 and 12. Nuclear Tigers win the knife round though, so they're going to get their pick of sides. I think CT is usually what teams choose to pick. There it is. And we'll see what they have for us here. Not exactly sure who the favourites are in this matchup. I would guess that CYBERSHOKE Prospects are slightly higher ranked. I know that Diesel is very high up in terms of the FACEIT leaderboards in matchmaking. And they're going to be heading towards B here. Feet needs the charge, but it's not a rush. They're going to hold their horses just for a second here. And there it is. Senko gets the spot. And he goes down through the smoke. Squeeze taking him down. Flauser finds 2 headshots back to back. Does get taken out by Squeeze. 3 versus 3 now. Make that 3 versus 2. Play in with a frag onto Rain. Squeeze just holding behind the bench. He goes down to McCuse. Twister finds one back though. And now Zico in the 1 versus 2. He finds the first fight with Twister. And no kit for this defuse. It's going to have to kill him or stick it for 10 full seconds. Flame searches wide and Zika finds the headshot. That's a 1 versus 2 clutch to take home the pistol round for Nuclear Tigers. Really impressive stuff there from Nuclear Tigers. Flauser and Zika both hitting some really strong looking headshots. I think McCuse in particular, he spun and hit a 180. I wish I had the ability to go back and get a replay of that, but it's just a one-man production team, unfortunately. On to our second round. It is going to be a force for CYBERSHOKE Prospects, so they haven't given up on this yet. thinking maybe if they can just take home this one, they can swing the momentum back in their favor. And it does happen. That's why these second round buys are becoming more and more common. Playing in feet once again, posturing towards the B apartments here, and Senza. He's getting aggressive close to the smoke with his MP9. Thinks better of it though. He's gonna make his way back to the balcony. Twister throwing some util over here on A, possibly trying to fake, and here they go. CYBERSHOKE Prospects, they get the kill onto Senka. That's going to give them control of the bomb site. Flowser though, still sitting at short. He's got the M4. Goes down to squeeze. 3 versus 3. The CTs are settling in for this retake. The bomb is going to go down. All 3 of them coming from market. Just looking for a fight here. They know they have the better guns. Squeeze and Twister both swing out at the same time, and they find 2 kills. Zika in the 1 versus 2. Once again, he's got the AWP. The second round, he finds 1 kill, but he has no idea Diesel's already behind him. He's going to pick up the frag and the AWP, as well as the round. CYBERSHOKE Prospects. What looked like a rough start has turned into a very good situation for them. They know that the CT side will have basically no money here, especially with that AWP purchased. Meanwhile, they're going to have an AK, 2 AKs even, 2 Galils, and that saved AWP from the last round. And we'll see if Nuclear Tigers can manage to pull their way back into this one, but it's going to be much more difficult with these limited weapons. And the lack of head armor on any player means that the Galils are going to hurt. Feet here. Trying to suss out any signs of life. Oh, and Flauser! A stunning Deagle headshot takes him down in an instant. And that's going to give Nuclear Tigers some confidence in this round. Stacked 4 towards A. I'm going to search for some information. It looks like Rain and Mikuse. Off this flashbang, they're going to push into main and they're going to recover that Galil. Or not. Not searching far enough to find it. Plane has moved out top mid. The rest of the team, who was leaning towards B, has now travelled back into the spawn. Flauser on this mid look, he's getting aggressive. He does not clear the corner. Plane picks him up for free. And that evens out our numbers. 4 versus 4. Squeeze and Diesel. Moving up to A main here. There is a Palace Lurk from Rain, but we'll see how eager he is to get behind them. It's all 4 CYBERSHOKE players in A main. And they just want to use the util, use the guns that they have, force some gunfights. Mikuse cowering on the site. He just knows he wants to get a kill. And he's going to find one. Diesel off the flash. Fully blinded. 7 bullets left in this MP9. He's going to be hard pressed to find another one. Squeeze does get dinked, but he gets the kill. And the bomb is going to go down unless Senka swings one from CT. Oh, Rain from Palace, the lurk pays off. And Plane 1 versus 1 now. He gets a kill. He doesn't have time to plant the bomb. And that's going to be the round for Nuclear Tigers. Zika wants to kill him after time, but Plane is going to survive. He's going to keep that AK in his armor. That is a disaster round for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. You have all the weapons, all the utility. They throw it all for that side take, and it just collapses. The Palace Lurk from Rain picking up that kill, denying the bomb plant. Essentially winning them the round there. We go 2-1. Nuclear Tigers now a bit better of a buy. Still a couple of players missing the crucial Kevlar, especially against these pistols. And it looks like it's going to be a mid-take. Or not. Shifting weight here. They're going to look to find a fight elsewhere. That's a new window smoke after the movement changes. Broke the old one that a lot of people used to throw, including myself. Thanks, Valve. And here it comes, the mid push. I'm going to send the Galil out first, and Diesel's going to find that kill onto Flauser. It's a big opening, a lot of space taken. But still no more info on where these remaining players are. CYBERSHOKE knowing that they've killed a B player, they're going to shift towards A. They've read this so well, they're anticipating that Nuclear Tigers are going to rotate an extra player over to cover the B bomb site, and they know that there's probably only going to be 1 or 2 players on A. McHughes, aware of the possibility that somewhere could have lurked out, but he's going to manage to get himself under Palace before they pop here. Twister clears out Sandwich, but does go down to McHughes. He's fully blinded. He finds a second kill before he's taken down by Play, and Rain doesn't find anyone there. And now we go 2v2. Zika and Senka versus Playin and Feet. Playin tries to stick this bomb plant, barely survives, and he gets taken down through the box now. 1v1. Feet versus Zika. He does have the bomb available to plant. Zika does not want to let that happen. He rushes out and pulls his knife out. It's a bit of a misplay there from Zika. I think he anticipated that that was going to be the stick. Caught off guard perhaps by the wide swing. Just panicked and pulled out his knife. That is not the play that you want to make in that situation. And they are just going back and forth here, ladies and gentlemen. Round for round. No team seems to be able to convert an advantage, and as a result, neither really has good money. It's a couple of Galils again, 2 MAC-10s, 1 AK, versus a very cobbled together buy for Nuclear Tigers, but they've won with this before. Plaza, we know what he can do from the stairs, but this time it's no luck. As Feet gets 2 Galil headshots, squeezed with another 2 more. And it's just Zika with this scout. He's going to find a tag, but he'll be hard pressed to find anything else. His plane is just pushing him now. Really trapped in this corner, Zaza. Coming through B. He does hit the no-scope, but it's not enough to kill him. Plane's going to take him down. And finally, we have a team winning 2 rounds in a row here. CYBERSHOKE Prospects convert on their economic advantage. And now they can settle up for a nice anti-eco. Surely Nuclear Tigers cannot justify forcing into another round. And so it is. 5 USPs, just a couple of flashbangs to try and hold back the T side here. But this round is all but a formality. They're probably going to get mowed down by some rifles or MAC-10s. Squeeze. And Feet operating in A main. Feet goes down and squeaks. Ooh, barely manages the spray control. Zika now just left 1 versus 4. Not much hope. He just wants to finish off that kill on squeeze, but he's not going to be allowed to. Getting collapsed in on from all sides. The Glock is going to finish him off. And now, finally, I believe this might be the first round that you can actually call a full buy, and we're on round 7. It's 5 rifles for the CTs, 4 rifles for the Ts. That MAC-10, a bit of a sore thumb, but I think we all know the dangers of being run and gunned. No one is safe, especially without that crucial head armor for the CT side. Feet and Plane, they're confident on this round, rushing straight out of A main, and they both go down to McHughes. Who's going to find a 3rd kill? Twister goes down in Connector, and it's just Diesel and Palace. Bomb dropped outside on A. And he's going to have to find all 5 kills if he wants to make this round happen. It just doesn't seem likely. But he gets the first. Flauser goes down. Unfortunately though, left on 16 HP, it's just going to not be enough for the fight to happen. Zika's going to find him with his first bullet. In 3-4, the CT is now finally getting some head armor, some util. This is a full buy. And the Ts, of course, managing to string together a couple of rounds. They built up that bank and they're going to have the AWP purchased for squeeze. A luxury that the CT side have not been afforded since the 2nd round of play. Ironically. Diesel. He's searching in Palace here, but he's smoked off. It's 2 players towards low as Feet and Plane. These guys are attached at the hip. That molly is going to burn plane. It's valuable info. They know that there's someone there. Twister just tucked into chair here, looking to punish some over-aggression if it is to come. Flowers are perhaps out of short. Maybe Zico in window. Raining connector. He's just going to wait for this smoke to fade. Had he done that a few seconds earlier, he might have found a kill, but unfortunately for him, plane finds him straight back through the smoke. And we go 5v4. Diesel finds a fight in A main, but both players remain unkilled. I was going to say unscathed, but they did take damage. And plane working out of this smoke, he does not clear the corner correctly. Zika finds that frag onto him, aware that there could be one more in the smoke, but just slightly too high with those taps. He's going to position himself now, switching sides. He's going to swing into this. He finds one, but Feet takes him out. 3 versus 2, CYBERSHOKE Prospects. They have control of A. Flowers is going to rotate in through CT here. He wants to deny this bomb plant. Oh, but the pre-fire is not quite there. They line up for him and he only finds one. Now 1v1 Senka gets taken out by Diesel. And that's a 3k clutch to close out the round for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. So unfortunate there for Flowser. He had the perfect timing into CT and just, instead of trusting that the bomb was being stuck, decided to pre-fire. Which is justifiable. You would think that there would be a player covering the plant, but unfortunately there was no such oversight. And so he just fires off a shot into the air and gives away his position. He did still manage to find a kill, but just wasn't enough to close out the round. Twister finds Flowser immediately through the smoke and gets taken out on the jump spot by Zika. Squeeze it top mid. Wants to trade that kill back, but he's not going to get an opportunity. He flashed off the angle. And 4 players on each side. It is a slight advantage to the T's. And they just need to find the gap in the CT defense here. It looks like right now it's at mid. No one in window. The short player retreating up towards get right. It's very much open, but they're posturing towards A. Diesel posted up in Palace. He seems confident, or I would imagine he's confident that there's no one on the rafters. Not able to clear under Palace, but it makes it a lot easier when you do have someone there. Feet. Looks like he's going to take first contact here. Off of Con. Diesel goes down through the smoke and Vicuse finds Feet as well on the lurk. Zika kills Squeaks. And it's just playing on Tetris. 31 HP to his name. And 2 low players in front of him. He's going to find the first. Zika gets dropped. He's trying to pick up the bomb or the AWP. But Senka's on this flank and there is a timer on Plane's life here. He might even get knifed. He's going to turn around, but the no-scope just barely misses. And Senka picks up that kill, and with it the round, and the AWP. And Nuclear Tigers, they make it 4-5, keeping this interesting. A forced buy here for the T's, and a rough one at that. 4 Tech 9s and a Deagle. For every player having $500 or less left. You would think that one of them could at least have a primary weapon, but the pistols can prove more than enough. Zika posted up with his lowest angle. He's been spotted by Twister and he does not want to take that fight. The Flash wants to tempt fate. Jiggling, he sees that there's no longer a player posted on this. And he's going to try and take advantage. Not just the flash from Rain. He looks to cover his teammate at bottom mid. If he goes down, Zika is wide open. And he does. But not before killing Twister himself. Recuse from Ticket sprays Feet straight through that smoke. Plane goes down in middle, 3 versus 2. They want to get this bomb down, but there's just too much pressure from the CT. Zico at 6 HP, he's going to throw the AWP! And he's going to pick up that kill with the pistol. Interesting way to close out the round there for Nuclear Tigers, but they do get the job done. "5-5" the scoreline now. All tied up as we head into our 9th round of play. Once again, CYBERSHOKE, they're going to be positioning themselves towards the B-bomb site. Plane, he loves this lower tunnels push, and he's going to trust that he has the timing on it this time. No molly to speak of. Zika, he finds the kill on feet, thinks that it's clear, re-swings into the angle. Plane does find the deagle headshot after a couple of whiffs. He runs straight up through that con smoke, takes the AWP, and I misspeak, he actually moves back to share in mid. Settling into this short angle, he's hoping Flowers just going to walk into this with no idea. Squeeze does pick up the bomb, and there he goes. Flowser taken out. Playing now 1 bullet left in this AWP, but 2 kills to find. Senko is going to preemptively occupy that B-bomb site. He knows that CYBERSHOKE will be searching for the plant. The Squeeze in Plane, they're not really sure what they should be doing here. A trade of secondary weapons. They're going to move towards A. Macuse though, he's posted up on this crazy off angle in A main. And they are not ready for it. Both players go down. And that's a very ready but very powerful position there from Macuse. Very well played. Taking up that space while they knew the T players did not have control of the bomb site. Could have backfired on them if the T's decided to go through middle. Had they just pushed up con or short. Both the CTs were positioned in A main and apps, so it would have been little resistance on the bomb site, but their gamble works, and the T's get scared off of mid. But another buy round now. The force fell flat, no plant, but now after the eco they're able to full buy again. And it's going to be a mid push. 2 players out here, feet. Takes down 1, Plane on the B-bomb side. He's going to get a kill as well. Senko lurks through a smoke, finds 1 kill. He's still alive here, and he gets taken out by Squeeze. And it's just Zika left 1 versus 4 after all this action. A valiant attempt from Senko there. If he just found that 2nd kill, maybe there was a chance for this, but Zika, no hope and no joy in the 1 versus 4. He gets taken out immediately by Diesel. And a 6-6 half. Neck and neck here, these two teams. Neither one managing to break away for more than 2 or 3 rounds at a time. I don't believe any team has held more than a 3-round lead. I think the worst it got was 5-2. And then, oh no, it can't have been because it was 4-4. So yeah, I think the biggest round lead has actually been 2 rounds. Which is crazy. Once again, the B-bomb site looks like it's going to be seeing some action as the bomb travels over towards it. And a fake being thrown in, a missed molly. Senka and Rain, they're going to attempt to sell this. Senka just jumping all the way out, making as much noise as he can. He gets 1-tapped by Squeaks. And here we go, the B-bomb site take. Feet is still alive. Finds Flazer through the smoke, but he's traded back. And the bomb doesn't get to go down. Playing the swing in from short. Denies that plant. And now the T's are in a really tough position. They have to get back out of apps. Zika does find 1 kill though. He's searching for another fight. Plane's going to give it to him. No headshots landed yet. Diesel moving into Van. He wants to find this kill. Or maybe just to deny any movement out of apps. But they don't know where the last player is. They seem hesitant. Worried about short. Play-in misses the timing on Zika as he runs out. But he does get taken down by Diesel, and now it's Rain. All alone in the apps. He does manage to drop down to Van. Diesel on the angle. He swings into it and he finds the headshot. And CYBERSHOKE Prospects close out the pistol round. A tricky round for the CTs for sure. The discipline to not over-rotate off the B-bomb site there. Just good enough for them to hold on to some control, deny that plant, and from there it's just a matter of denying those last two players in apps, which they did. Quite well, I might add. And now it's just Glocks and a Deagle. No bomb plant means no money. On the T side, they're just looking to find maybe a rifle. Bomb plant would be awesome, but really not much hope for anything else in this round. And they have been allowed to walk out of top mid here. 4 players, they're just going to burst up connector through the smoke. Squeeze is going to have to take out all 4 of them. The spray down with the FAMAS. Plane chipping in from CT. That's a good anti-eco there for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. Finally, another conversion on this eco advantage. I know we did have some anti-eco rounds in the first half, but I feel like just watching the second round of this game, it should never have happened. They should not have been able to lose that, and yet they somehow pulled it off. But this time CYBERSHOKE Prospects convert. And it's a full buy in the third round of our second half for the Nuclear Tigers. Bomb dropped an A main. It's just a default. Flowser. He's walked past Diesel in this smoke. The nade to blow it open, that is genius. Exposes Flowser to Diesel's MP9. It rips him apart. I don't think he spotted the bomb though. He never actually left the A main arch. So the T's are going to be able to recover that. Rain finds a kill at mid as well. Senka's just spraying. Rain again finds feet in window. Senka's going to hop up. He has to reload though. Only 1 bullet. Rain gets caught trying to sneak up short. This position from Senko is very interesting in the window. Meanwhile, McCuse and Zika sneaking out of main. They do have the bomb on their backs. No one on the CT side is aware of this. Diesel turns around and he gets the spot. McCuse caught holding utility. They're going to burn out Diesel, but again he pulls out a flashbang and he's going to go down. Zika now 1 versus 2. Deja vu of the pistol round. He's going to need to find both kills here. They're already on the bomb site. Twister goes down, but he's not ready for Squeeze behind him so fast. A good attempt there from Zika, but he just can't close it out. CYBERSHOKE Prospects find their third round on the CT side. And they make the score 9-6. And a pause here for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. I believe that's a tech pause. As opposed to a tactical timeout. It might not be a technical issue, but they'll be having some sort of problem that requires this pause, as opposed to a simple discussion of tactics. Someone needing to blow on their mouse perhaps. No, it happens from time to time. This could be here for up to 5 minutes, so we'll see how long they need. In the meantime, we can discuss economic prospects for both teams. Winning that third round is huge here for CYBERSHOKE Prospects, as they're going to get to build up a reasonable amount of bank. Squeeze nearly $8,000. Everyone else on at least, I believe, 6,000 before buying. So the coffer's looking healthy here. The same cannot be said, unfortunately, for Nuclear Tigers. 3 AKs, sure, but 1 without head armor, just the Kevlar, 1 Galil, and 1 MAC-10. And the MAC-10 has all the utility. Each of the AK players a little short. Zika has most of it, but he's missing the HE. Rain, Flowser, just a smoke. And our tech pause is over, so we're heading into our sorry, our 16th round of play now of this Elite Series game and the ESEA League Season 55. Another default from the T's. Not sure if that was a bug or if Twister just missed the grenade there, but that mid-smoke did not appear to blow open. It's 3 players on the T side taken down already. This one is not looking good for them. They do have the bomb towards mid. They haven't lost that yet, but as far as control and confidence goes, it's surely running low. Rain just attempts to find something in Con and doesn't manage to make anything happen. Zico does manage to get 1 kill. He denies the flawless round, but silver lining aside, things look rough for the Nuclear Tigers here. It's going to be another half-buy round. Some pistols, some SMGs, and some smokes. But far from ideal. It looks like they're going to take their assets to B. Shifting in here, maybe a contact play, but as soon as that molly lands, they smoke it and they are on the move. Senka out first, out the window. He's going to run towards short and get taken down. McHughes, though, finds a frag. Rain as well on the Deagle. Twister walks out of market. He manages to survive, tucking into that corner. Found by the Tech 9 now. They've got this 1 AK. It's going to be dropped over to Zico here. He's got more HP left. But he gets taken down instantly. Diesel finds all 3 kills on the retake. My goodness. That is some filthy aim from Diesel Bio. My god. He went from left to right to left again. And Nuclear Tigers, they're going to be left scratching their heads like, what are we supposed to do about that? I mean, I don't think any of those players saw him for more than about half a second there. Making this game look like aim labs. But now, finally, Nuclear Tigers, they have a bright spot, they have a buy. AWP on Zika. Gotta be hoping for it to find some impact here. McHughes is positioned for this A main push, he's ready for it. Spots the first player and taken down by Twister. Half HP on him though. That's a good trade for the Ts. CTs are going to be spread thin, trying to cover the entire map here. They're going to blow open this con smoke. And no info found. That is potentially devastating. Feet though, he's posted up on short and he gets taken down instantly. Senka finds the headshot. Twister though does get the trade back through the smoke. Just 17 HP, he's forced to swing by the molly and he gets taken down. Flowser finds squeeze onto B site. And he knows the last player's in market. It's 3 versus 1 playing. Little hope in this round here. He's going to opt to try and save a gun instead. There was an AK available there in connector, but he's going to opt for the one in A main instead. Notice there should be one on McHughes' body. There it is. Flashbang as well. Nice bonus. The cherry on top, one might say. And he's going to be able to save this one out. The T's don't have time to make it all the way over here and kill him, as much as they would like to. And the AWP shot ringing out from Zico after time there signifies one thing. We are still in this game. And now that they've won that round, they are going to have the money for a buy. CYBERSHOKE Prospects, they're not sweating too much though. They've got a nice cushion of rounds and a nice level of money. That saved AK, gonna bolster their defenses. And here we go. An important round. If CYBERSHOKE Prospects can win this one, it'll be a low buy. for the Nuclear Tigers in the next, and Zika finds a kill immediately, finds a second one. Zika in A main with that AWP, operating in close quarters. It's great shooting from him, and that puts his team in a major advantage in this round. McHughes finds the lurk from Plane and Palace. They do know it's going to be an A hit. Both the players positioned towards the A-bomb site, squeezing connector, and feet moving up through CT. But the T's very patient here. They're feeling around, trying to find out. They know there's only 2 players. There can only be 2 spots on the map that they're holding. Something has to be open. And it looks like Senka has found it over there on B. He knows that that bomb site is completely empty. And they might not even go for it. They might just wait for him and the flank from connector in rain. They might just push through and they're going to crunch this A bomb site. Oh, Squeeze doesn't even wait for that to happen. He just jumps off of Ticket and gets taken out by Zika's AWP. On fire in this round. Feet gets taken out by Rain and Palace. And an 8th round here for Nuclear Tigers. Just when I was starting to think things were looking a bit over for them, they managed to pull back a couple of rounds here. And the money of CyberShoke Prospects just about broken. They're going to save. They're going to allow themselves to recover economically. Which I think is the smart decision. If they lose this one on the cobbled together buy, they're in serious trouble. But by letting themselves build the loss bonus, maybe getting a couple of frags with the pistols, they're setting themselves up for future long-term success. Positioned all towards middle here. To be honest, I'm not really sure what Twister's doing. Okay, he's throwing a flashbang. Just looking at the minimap, it wasn't clear what that position was supposed to achieve, but now the A hit comes through, and now CyberShoke, they're confident that it's empty. Twister, though, finds a kill from CT with that deagle. Now they know he's here. Zika shot whistles over Twister's head. The HE comes in. Oh, 13 HP remaining. Senka's going to push through. And Squeeze picks up the deagle, but he's going to be hard pressed to do anything with it. 5 HP remaining. The flashbang dropped now, and Senka just run and guns him. That is brutal. A good anti-eco there from Nuclear Tigers. A good conversion round. And CyberShoke Prospects, they are feeling the pressure. Finally, they're getting a buy round in. No Kevlar on a couple of players. That Mac 10 might come up huge here for Senza. No Kevlar on... Sorry, no head armor on any of the CT players. The Mac 10 with enormous potential here in this round. And another default. Not a fan of the fast execute. Nuclear Tigers, they know this has been working for them. They know what they can get from it. Squeeze finds an early kill into the underpass. Good position. He just finds the shot onto Flowser. Not much of a chance to react there. Now 4v5, the T's left with a difficult situation. Zika, though, he's unfazed. He finds a kill out of Palace. And they're going to look to exploit a possible weakness over here on B. Senko in the underpass. McHughes just bringing that bomb into rain. There is a player in ladder room. Once Feet spots any contact here, he's going to fall back. And Nade tags up Rain. Brought down to 58 health. They're just waiting, biding their time. Zika, he's going to join them. There's 36 seconds left on the clock. They've got to make this push happen fast. Feet's going to get mollied out here. He has to rotate off a van. Or not. The molly doesn't burn him. Oh, this might go overlooked. This could be huge. He finds one kill and pulls the trigger immediately. A second kill onto Rain. And it's just Zika 1 versus 4. The jump shot from Feet doesn't find him. But Squeaks his AWP will. That's a great round from CyberShoke Prospects. Despite losing the early pick, they managed to close it out. And now match point, CYBERSHOKE Prospects. In this best of 3, a map 1 victory would make them feel much more comfortable, but Zika finds an early pick. Flauser as well, out on A. He's just charged out of A main with his AK, throwing flashbangs. A little overzealous there perhaps. Twister, he's gonna get the trade back. And he's gonna say, hold your horses, slow down a little bit, okay? You can't run us over completely in this round. But still an advantage here for the Ts. They're up 1 player thanks to that pick from Zico in mid. And now they want to use that to their advantage. Acuse leading the way out. Squeeze in ladder room. And they surely know what's coming now. The smokes in window and con. This is very telegraphed from the T side. Squeaks does not manage to find a frag there. A lot of spray on the window smoke after he blew it open, but Twister manages to get out of there. Feet does not find a kill, and Twister left to swing from the market door. He just gets immediately destroyed by rain. An important round back from Nuclear Tigers. That is huge for them. Keeping them in this game. Not only that, but the CYBERSHOKE Prospects, they don't have much money left. And they're going to choose to save. So unless they can somehow pull off a miraculous eco, it's going to be 12-11 and we'll be on overtime point. But I don't want to speak too soon. We've seen what the Deagles can do in this game so far. We can't count them out of it yet. Just the 1 Deagle and Twister, and the rest are 5-7s. And it's going to be a mid push. Rain at top mid behind these boxes. He's going to spray into 2. Diesel takes him down though. Twister gets Senko out of lowers, but Zika manages to trade back, and Twister gets taken out by McHughes. Good on that timing out of A main. Just not able to account for all of the possibilities was Twister. And we can't blame him really. And now our last round of regulation. It is going to be a full buy here for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. Only 1 kit on Squeeze, but the rest of them, all rifles, all armor. And that AWP, crucially. Twister's going to jump up to short early here. You see this a lot in these high level matches. But nothing found just yet. The Ts, they're going to play this patiently. Zika boosted up on this AWP. He knows this is a great angle. Chooses to fall off it though. Doesn't seem like the CTs are going to bite. Senka avoids detection. Manages to sneak up into con. He's going to find a fighter to 2 players. And awkwardly tucks it to the corner. Almost finds Plane, but just doesn't hold the trigger. And he taps him back through the smoke, my goodness. And now they're going to look to explode out of con, but there's 2 CT players in jungle. Forced back by the molly. This is actually open now. And with a kill from Flauser on defeat, the CTs are feeling the pressure everywhere. Diesel does not manage to find anything. Squeaks misses the shot on the player crossing to the bomb site. They're going to get the plant down. 2 versus 5. 1 versus 5. It just doesn't look possible. Squeaks, the AWP is such a strong weapon, but not good for finding multi-kills in a round like this. 12-12, we are going to overtime on our first map. Just give you a better look at the score. I should get into a habit of doing this more because I forget that I don't really have an overlay that shows you the kills. This is how everyone's doing. The Squeaks on top of the board there for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. Zika and McHughes heading the way for the Nuclear Tigers. And CYBERSHOKE, they're back to their T side. 2 6-6 halves. This looks very even. It's difficult to really say anyone's pulled ahead or fallen behind in this game. CYBERSHOKE, they did have a couple of match points, but none of them were really easy to convert on. You can't exactly say that they've choked their way out of this. Senko, again, just looking out of con, looking for some contact. The re-smoke on window. McHughes finds a kill in A. Now Plane left to hold it all on his own. He goes down to Flauser as Senka finds a kill through the con smoke. The remaining 2 players Feet and Squeeze, they're just cowering on B. They want to save these guns. And really, they don't have much hope for this round. I mean, the bomb's going to go down, and then we're going to have to wait another 40 seconds for it to explode. Maybe there'll be a hunt. It's overtime. The T's do have full buy. Even if they lose this somehow, and all 5 players die, they'll still have a full buy for the next 2 rounds. So really no financial pressures on them. But they may not be wanting to give over any AKs, as those could potentially hurt them later on. We'll see if they choose to play it safe or if they want to give us a little more entertainment. Rain doesn't get spotted by Squeaks as he walks up the stairs. Oh, but 2 players down on B. They have the info. Oh, the one tap! That's nasty. Squeeze. Just no chance to even hit a shot there. Feet. He wants to save this AK, but he might not be allowed to. McHughes is going to swing onto the angle, and he gets headshotted. Feet. Doesn't survive! Rain finds the headshot before the round is over. And nothing saved for the CTs. No AKs, no M4s, and no AWP. As a result, somehow they're feeling the pressure. The second AWP bought for Squeeze. He's going to be on low money next round. But everyone else should be able to drop an M4 between the 4 of them. Still, the lack of AWP could prove to be a problem. And Senka is just wild out of mid here. So aggressive. He jumps up onto the bench. He's going to go into window straight away. And it's not occupied by the CT CyberSHOKE Prospects. They leave this wide open. He sees the vent isn't broken. He knows there's no one here. This is such a strong position here from Senka. He knows Twister's in con. He's going to find a free kill. But Diesel swings out from under Palace and he manages to get the trade. Spots McHughes there in Palace as well. Looking to find a kill, but no way to finish him off. Meanwhile, Flazza manages to make it out on B. He exploits that space created by the lurk out of con from Senka. And the bomb is on its way. The CTs, they are going to choose to retake this bomb site before it even gets here. Feet takes down Flauser. Zika finds a kill onto playing it short, but there's 2 players here ready to hold him off this bomb site. A missed AWP shot from Squeeze is going to allow him a little more space, but he doesn't decide to use it. Retreating back into the apartments, he's just going to bring the bomb with him. He seems worried about the possibility of a flank, but there is no flank to be found. Meanwhile, McHughes again sees that that window hatch has not been broken. That's so much info. He knows that there's no one there. They just have to worry about CT and the bomb site. Squeeze though, ready on the angle. That's so sharp from him. And Zika gets taken out by Diesel on the bomb site. 13-13. Once again, we're tied up in this game. I can't believe how many times I've had to say that. And this just keeps getting better. Heading into our 27th round of play here. Oh, excuse me, goodness. And it's just going to be an A hit, keeping it simple, Nuclear Tigers. They've had enough of defaulting. They don't want to wait around anymore. They're going to force the issue. The molly into Sandwich. That's going to flush out Diesel. But he gets a kill. He gets 2 kills even before they can take him down. Senka swinging out across jungle. He's going to look to find the spider in CT. Squeeze with the no-scope right before he burns. It's not going to be enough though. Or I speak too soon. It's 2 versus 2. There's still prospects for both teams in this round. Feet finds that kill. And Zika now 1 versus 2. He gets taken out by Twister. 14-13. CyberSHOKE Prospects take the advantage after our first half of this overtime. It's going to be up to their T side to close things out. And an economic reset. In overtime, it's more about who shoots better rather than who's better at planning economics. And they're going to settle into a default round here. No one over towards the apartments. Maybe it's looking to be an A hit. Twister just sitting in here at top mid. And they're going to be going out plain, taking charge. Finds himself underneath the stairs. He's going to swing in. He finds the first kill on Rain. He finds another one onto McHughes, but Flowser trades back. 3 versus 3, even numbers. Swinging out from on top of stairs, he tags the hell out of Diesel, and that nade is going to finish him off. This lurk from Connector. He's not aware. Twister. Oh my gosh, he doesn't pull the trigger, and Flowser gets him with the USP. Squeeze manages to find 1 kill, but he's taken down by the AWP on Zika. That is disappointing, I'll say, for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. That lurk looks so promising there from Twister, but just not able to find the kill. Holding that trigger perhaps a second too long. And he gets turned on. And I really couldn't tell you which team is going to pull ahead here. I mean, we're tied up for what must be the 10th time this game. Maybe even more. A 3-round lead, the greatest I think we've seen in this matchup. Just going blow for blow here, these guys. This fight in apartments, it's the 2 AWPs both just posted up. Pixels away from spotting each other, but no one giving over any information. Squeeze looks like he's going to swing into this now, and he finds the kill on Zika. A pre-fire that looked like it was so fast. And that's huge. The B-bomb side is totally open. And CYBERSHOKE, they're going to look to exploit that. The CT's not rotating anyone, but Flowser jumps out of window, practically lands on Feet's head, and they cancel. Knowing that the underpass could be occupied by the CTs now, the T's are going to rotate all their forces over towards A. Diesel's going to take first contact out of main here. But there's still 2 players underneath the palace. McHughes is going to get mollied out. He smokes himself off. Able to survive. They're both in there. The smoke being blown open. Senka swings out. He finds 2. But the T's, they managed to kill all 3 players. And it's Rain 1 versus 2. Both players tagged. Not solo. But enough that he's not going to have to do all the hard work. The spray through the box is almost enough to take out Squeaks. He does manage to avoid the HE. Survives with his life and scampers back to CT. Twister feels compelled to help his teammate, but knows his position in Palace is so strong. The HE is going to bounce off the wall and take him out! And Rain, that's an absurd clutch. Isolating both the fights here. An excellent use of utility. And that low HP comes into play in a massive way. Choosing to save the AK. It's the smart call on CT side. You can't buy one of those, but you can buy an AWP. And wow. What a clutch from Rain. That was just played so smart. He knew exactly what the right moves were to make. And now match point for Nuclear Tigers after fighting their way back from a few rounds down in regulation. They might be about to send us to map 2. And Plane. He says no. He finds a kill immediately onto Zika in mid through a smoke. And another kill from Squeeze. It's 3 versus 5 now for the CTs. I might have cast a curse them. I might have to issue a tweet apology after this one. Oh boy. We might be headed for a second overtime here. I mean, the round is far from over. Rain, this is so aggressive. But he knows he needs to reclaim space on the map. He's not going to clear this corner. Or he will! He spins back and finds Twister, but gets headshotted by Squeeze. And in a situation like that, 1 kill is just not going to be enough. 4 versus 2, just as strong as advantage as 5 versus 3, maybe even stronger. Both the CT players positioned in mid, they want to fight together, but they risk giving up the bomb sites for free. Flowser and McHughes, they're going to find Diesel out here on A, but he's just a fake. McHughes is aware. Nope, never mind. He's going back to CT. They have no idea. But the molly signals it's B. They have to go for this. It's overtime too. The missed window jump is going to cost a little bit of time. And the push from short is going to come in. Squeeze posted up on this. They're smoked off. The flash comes through. He's going to get out of the smoke, and Plane immediately destroys him. He gets both kills in the 2 versus 3. And we go OT2. What a game this is. I still believe that the greatest round lead we've seen is 3 rounds. They have just been going blow for blow. Another quick score update for you, Squeeze. Putting in a solid shift of work here for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. 33 kills. Mikuse and Zika still topping the boards for the Nuclear Tigers. And CYBERSHOKE once again on the T side, sorry. They're gonna look to make some space in mid. Plane lurking out of the smoke. Flowers full blind. Oh my goodness, Rain walks through the smoke and he gets taken out by Twister. Almost an incredibly cheeky play working out there. He does find 1 kill, but it's leaves much to be desired in this round. 4 versus 3. All 3 CTs positioned towards mid. And the Ts just want to bring this bomb. Knowing they have this numbers advantage, they're going to want to fight on A. Feet catches the lurk from Senka. That's incredible positioning from him. Just a free kill, and he's going to lurk up into con. Zika should be aware of this. He should know that it's coming. Mikuse is going to cover for him. He gets the kill, but in the meantime the rest of the T side has taken the bomb site. And now forced into the retake here, the Nuclear Tigers. This is rough for them. Zika finds a 1 kill though. Mikuse taken down in CT. 1 versus 2, Zika. He's going to lurk out of the smoke. He spots Squeeze in main. I don't think Squeeze has seen him, but there's no angle. He can't find a shot. Oh, this is so heartbreaking for Zika. He knows where that player is. This information could still be huge for him. He knows where one player is, and he must know that Twister is coming from CT. Doesn't scope up on the angle though. And Twister with a sharp headshot. That's 3 kills in the round for him. Big impact. (16-15). CYBERSHOKE Prospects take the lead once more. And I think that is the first lead they've held since regulation. I could be wrong. Actually, they might have gone... No, that's right. They were up 1 round last OT, and then they lost 2 in a row. Okay, regardless. CYBERSHOKE Prospects, they're up 1 round. They need 3 more to close out this game. And save my voice box, because my god, I've been talking for a long time. Missed window smoke is going to leave Rain able to peek anything he wants to. Zika, oh, he spots the retreating player, but doesn't pull the trigger. Not quite enough time to react there, perhaps. The T's reconsidering now. The bomb unsure of where it's supposed to be going. Squeeze moving back and forth. Shuffling. As are the CTs. Zika rotating over to B, but this might be a bad call. Mikuse though, he's going to be the early warning system, finds Diesel in Palace. And they might suspect that that's just a lurk. He seems completely unaware of the possibility of players in A main. Feet though does not manage to find a shot. The Molly is going to flush him out. 13 HP remaining, he's so close. But he still finds the kill onto Feet. Repositioning under Palace now as Rain catches the lurk from Twister. And the last 2 Ts, they've got no hope. Twister, sorry, Squeeze just looking at the floor. Contemplating his life decisions. As that round goes nowhere near the way of CYBERSHOKE Prospects. 4 players survive for the Nuclear Tigers. And you'll never guess what's happening right now, guys, but the score is once again tied up. I know, can you believe it? 16 rounds apiece. At this point, you may as well go on your favorite betting platform and place a bet that it's going to be 17-17 and then 18-18, and that we'll be here for all eternity. 50 overtimes, this game is never going to end. Unless some team can pull ahead. Plane. I think he spotted Zika there. He seems aware, he's going to run him down. Missed AWP shot leaves him without a bullet. And Senka gets taken out on B. Twister. They're going to have control of the bomb site here. McHughes does find 2 kills in mid. But 3 versus 2, a numbers disadvantage and smoked off out of market. Both players are going to reposition towards short, and we've seen this movie before. Squeeze a missed AWP shot. And Rain now posted up on that angle. Squeeze, I'm not sure if he knows that he can't re-peek this off, but he can, because Rain pulls out the Molotov, and that's going to stop him from peeking again. Or will it? Squeeze sneaks his way past it, and Feet gets both the kills. Too distracted by all the options on the bomb site. CYBERSHOKE Prospects close this out 17-16. It's the exact same thing as the last overtime. They're up 1 round, just 2 more to close it out. Who knows what's going to happen? In one way, this game is so unpredictable in that you can never tell who's going to win. But at the same time, it's extraordinarily predictable because you know exactly who's going to win, and that is no one. So evenly matched, these two teams. They just cannot find a way to pull ahead. CYBERSHOKE, it looked like for a little bit in regulation that they were going to have an advantage, but not so. Plane wants to take this fight on short. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to peek him. In lowers, Twister kills Senka. And 5 versus 4 now. This looks good for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. A chance to put themselves on match point. McHughes, he's been really good with these A main lurks. All game long. Finding space. Getting frags. And now is the time for him to step up in overtime if they want to win this round. The bomb stays towards A. McHughes just repositioning into Palace here. There's no CTs close enough to hear him do this. And I think Rain has been baiting that there's more players towards B, but with 5 players still alive, CYBERSHOKE Prospects, they feel no pressure to rotate onto anything. He's going to take up position in this smoke, but Diesel so ready for that peek. Instantly takes it down. Zika tries to walk out of main, and he gets found as well. Flowser in with the bomb here. And he gets obliterated by Diesel, as does Rain by Twister. It's 5 alive here for CYBERSHOKE Prospects, and they find match point. Finally, someone looks convincing in this game. The CYBERSHOKE Prospects. They finally have a match point for the first time since regulation. A whopping 10 rounds later. 2 chances to close this out. It's going to be aggressive here. Senka, once again, we saw this in regulation, but he misses the jump into window. He's going to go back and do it again, because he knows that no one on CYBERSHOKE is positioned in jungle. Once this smoke fades, it might be the same thing where he sees that that vent isn't broken. Play in. He's going to get a cheeky peek onto Rain there, and he manages to get out with his life, unless Zika can stop him. 5 HP through that smoke, and Twister, he's going to lurk up underneath him and get that kill. Oh, and Senka goes down on the lurk through jungle as well. Diesel, that awareness is just on point. At 5 versus 2, the hope is so low for Nuclear Tigers. No map control. They just have the bomb. Twister spots Flowser at bottom mid. And he's probably heard him jump up into window now. Missing the short jump. It's just all going wrong. The CT is surely aware that both players are in mid now. They are going to find Diesel. Twister goes down as well. Playing though, he does not want to go another overtime. He gets 1 kill. And Flowers is still alive. Half HP. It's 1 versus 2. This is so winnable. And he misses the silent jump up the short. Oh dear. What a way to go. Feet cleans it up. Finally, this game is over. 19-16. CYBERSHOKE Prospects close it out. What a marathon, man. That was a fantastic map of play from both teams. McHughes finishes with 35 kills, Squeezed with 34. Nearly 4,000 damage on McHughes. But it's just not enough to carry his team over the line. But don't go anywhere. We've still got maps 2 and 3 to go. After that onslaught of map 1, it's always difficult for teams to pull their mental back in after a map like that. On the losing team, especially. But also for the winning team, you know? You could get in your head, you could be like, yes, we finally closed that out, dude. We won it. And then you relax, and then they get you. And we'll see if they can manage to maintain that focus into map 2. Nuclear Tigers, though, that must be so devastating. They played for so long and they put up such a good fight. But in the end, they just could not keep up. Diesel with some massive impact in those overtime rounds. And we'll see if this server's working yet. Oh, okay, we're still on Mirage. I think it said wait 2.5 minutes. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, I think my Counter-Strike crashed. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to restart the game. It's okay. The map still shouldn't have started for another minute or so here, so there shouldn't be any problems. I'm just going to quickly relaunch Counter-Strike, don't mind me. Very professional production quality, guys, I know. And I hope enough time has elapsed now that when I try and join the server, it's actually, you know what? I'm going to play it safe. I'm just going to wait until this timer has 4 minutes left, and then I'm going to join. So map 1 was CYBERSHOKE Prospects map pick, and that's a little scary for them that went to double overtime. They do close it out in the end, which is good. You know, it's better than losing a map pick, obviously, but far from inspiring a lot of confidence that the thing that you've prepared for the most and you're most confident on is so close to being a loss. Nuclear Tigers, we'll see if they feel more comfortable on Agent here. Although they were definitely in that last game. It's not to say that they didn't try. I've got to discipline myself. 15 more seconds. I cannot try and join early. It's just not worth the risk of that happening again. Okay. Now we cross our fingers and we pray. That doesn't seem good. Oh, wait. I saw Ancient. Aha! Yes! We've done it. We're in the server. Ancient is just such a nice looking map now, especially with the visual updates Valve have given it recently. This movement looks really choppy from the camera, but the game says my FPS is at 170, so I'm going to assume that there's no problem there. I might need to take a little break here, just while this warm-up happens, and give my voice a little rest. Double overtime is no joke, and I do not have the trained muscles that professional casters have, let alone the time between maps that they have to rest their voices, or the time what their co-caster is talking. It's the disadvantage of just having one person. But I'm not here to complain, I'm here to entertain. So I'm going to take a quick break, I'm going to try and refresh my voice, and then I'll be back in time for this map to start. I'll see you guys then. And I'm back. My voice is recovering, and I've got some more water. Make sure to stay hydrated while we watch, guys. And as we're in the warm-up right now, feel free to grab a snack, refill your drink, whatever it may be. Some water, soda perhaps, nice glass of red wine if you're into that. Not my cup of tea personally. Could be a cup of tea if you want a cup of tea, if you're feeling peaceful, relaxed. I wouldn't be feeling relaxed though after that map 1. That was thrilling. Double overtime. I can't believe it, dude. Every game I've casted so far, I've only casted 3 games, but so far it's been like 13-11, 13-10, 19-16. Like, I feel like the Counter-Strike gods are just feeding me good, entertaining games. Like, I don't want to have to cast a blowout where it's like, oh, look at this, the team they're 13-1, and like, they're winning again. Who would have seen it coming? Like, this is exciting stuff. It makes it much easier to cast. I'll tell you that much. I'm not exactly sure what we're waiting for. It seems like... Oh, sorry. I am sure what we're waiting for. Not all the players are here yet. We're still missing... Let me see if I can get it without checking who it is. Main, Diesel, Twister, Squeeze... Obviously it's a CYBERSHOKE Prospects player. I don't think I'm going to get it, guys. I'm not very good with names. It is Feet, of course. I should remember him. He had some great moments on map 1. The VOD for that is going to be available on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@syncastingcs2. But if you can't find it, actually you don't have to do that manually. If you just go to my Twitch About section, I believe it's listed in there. So yeah, if there's a link that says my YouTube channel, you can just click on that and you can see all the VODs for the games that I cast there. Unfortunately, I don't have any ads to run or any sponsors, but if I did, I would be doing that now. Not now, because we have the knife round, and everyone likes to watch the knife round. Wait. Only 4 players on CYBERSHOKE Prospects? Okay. I'm not sure if anyone's clocked... I'm not sure if this is live, but there's only 4 players on CYBERSHOKE Prospects for this knife round here. I have a feeling that it's going to get reset. Yeah, they're stabbing each other. It's just like the Elige clip where the game goes not live and immediately he turns on his teammates and starts massacring them. Yeah, okay. Well, turns out it would have been a great time for me to run an ad, you know? Unfortunately, I don't have... I mean, actually, I do have ads, because technically my channel's affiliate, but I never run them, because I make like 1 cent per ad, and it's just like not worth it. Actually, it's probably less than that. It's probably like 0.1 cents per ad. And I don't want to ruin the viewer experience for you guys. I care. Meanwhile, the CT's having a good time here. Flaza, for his crimes of murdering 2 teammates, he's going to get punished. Senka, the long arm of the law, takes him down. And I don't know what's going on with Feet's game. I don't know why he isn't in the server yet. But hopefully he connects soon. At this point, I have to assume that this isn't a serious knife round. But it's got 20 seconds left. It's going to end sooner or later. 1v1 now. I don't think they'll know that Squeeze has a health advantage, but he seems aware. He's just running for it. Thought he might turn and accept the duel, but... Oh, baits Rain into thinking he's running and then just gets an easy backstab. So the T's win the knife round despite the man disadvantage. Again, I really don't know if they're going to count that because CTs did kill 3 of their own players. I don't think it really can be considered fair. Twister dropping it easy in the chat lets him know. I can't read Russian, but that word looks like TikTok. Probably just offended like several countries worth of people. But it looks like TikTok, okay? Sue me. Squeeze. The second knife round does not go his way. Yeah. Okay. It looks like oh, there we go. But CyberShoke's gonna immediately pause the game. Feet's still not in the server. And we're just gonna have to wait for him to join. And then hopefully we can get things underway. Wouldn't surprise me if he was taking a bathroom break or eating a meal, to be honest, after that map 1. It was like a full hour of play or something ridiculous like that. You know, I'd be hungry too. But my appetite right now is for more Counter-Strike. I want to watch this game. It looks like my stomach is going to be left growling at me for a few more minutes here. Just while we wait for feet. That's F-E-A-T, by the way. Every time I say feet, I'm not talking about the part of the body. I'm talking about the player on CyberShoke Prospects. The time's just going to tick by. In the meantime, I'll take our lovely buggy camera for a nice tour of Ancient. Look at this, guys. Look at the beautiful scenery. So green. The nuclear tigers lie in wait. Between my laptop on my desk that I have up to see the stream and my keyboard, I don't have a whole lot of room to move the mouse, so that's the explanation for why the movements look so not smooth. I am good at surfing. I'm not, I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm great, but I'm okay. If you want to look at my surf gameplay on my YouTube channel, it's the same name as this Twitch channel, not the one that's linked in my bio. I changed it recently because I'm casting on here now. But if you look up Syncoites the same way it's spelled in my Twitch title on YouTube, you can see some surf gameplay. Maybe that'll be entertaining while we wait for this game to start. Go Pixel Prime. Flazzle suggesting that the coach should stand in. Honestly, not a bad idea. Because I want to watch this game. I want it to start. And I'm sure everyone at home is waiting for that too. But don't go anywhere, guys. You don't want to miss the action here. If map 1's anything to go by, this is going to be another absolute cinema game. Who knows? Maybe we'll go to a triple overtime this time, and then my voice box will just give out completely, and there'll be no commentary. I want to pull up the, oh, I have an idea. Okay, I'm going to pull up the stream from CyberShoke. The CyberShoke channel is also streaming this game, but with a Russian broadcast. So, you know, if you speak, I don't know how to say Russian in Russian. If you speak Russian, it's on the CyberShoke TV Twitch channel. So you can watch on there. But I'm going to pull that up. They're currently doing the same thing that I am, which is just staring at the CTs in the CT spawn. And in the meantime, I'm just going to put on some surf gameplay so you guys have something to look at. Go to the KSF channel. We'll just queue some of these up, hey? There you go. And don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on my my laptop here so I can see when this game is actually going to start. Make sure you guys aren't missing any of the action. But for now, you can just relax, enjoy some chill surfing. Sorry, I'll full screen it. There you go. It looks like CYBERSHOKE Prospects' pause time has run out. But the Nuclear Tigers are going to pause for them. That's good sportsmanship. They want to play this game fair and square, and they're going to wait for the last player to come. If I could read Russian, I would tell you what they're saying about where feet is, but I can't, so I can't tell you. If anyone speaks Russian in chat and you want to go to the CYBERSHOKE TV Twitch channel and tell us what's going on, what they're saying over there, that would be much appreciated, but otherwise, no sweat. We're having a good time. We're watching some surf gameplay, we're just hanging out. You know, me and you guys, heart to heart. These guys are just so good, man. Like, I said before that I'm okay at surf, but these guys are just on another level. The level of precision and control they have is... I mean, obviously it's the best in the world because it's the world record, but... it's just mesmerizing to watch, isn't it? Holy shit, that was crazy. Just a reminder that we're waiting for feet from CYBERSHOKE Prospects. That's why we're currently on surf gameplay and not the CYBERSHOKE versus Nuclear Tigers game. But don't worry, I still have the stream open. I'm still monitoring and making sure that the game hasn't started. I'm just letting you guys watch something a little more entertaining while you wait, rather than just the CTs sitting in their spawn. I do wonder what could be taking so long for feet to get back, but I have no way of asking, and thus I have no way of finding out, so... I mean, I guess I could try asking in English in the Russian chat, but that might be against their rules. Which I cannot read, because they are in Russian. so I'm not going to tempt fate. You should always stick to the rules, guys. That's my policy, publicly speaking. Speaking of sticking to rules, I feel like I should stick to my broadcast rules and remind you that this is not an ESEA broadcast. It's just me, my broadcast. I am broadcasting an ESEA game, but I'm not affiliated with them in any official capacity, nor am I associated with either of the teams. I'm just a freelancer. But I'm hoping that I'm making this this game more entertaining, or at least that I will be when it starts again. In the meantime, I hope I'm not detracting too much from the cool surf gameplay that you guys are watching. And it looks like Nuclear Tiger's pauses have run out as well. Both teams have used up their 5 minutes. And they're into the tactical timeouts. Only 1.5 minutes of these for each team. I guess plus the 20 seconds of freeze time if they want to use that as well. So doing the math, that's what, 50 seconds times 6 for 3 timeouts, so 300 seconds, another 5 minutes if they time it down to the last second for each and every tactical timeout. And all in all, that'll make about 5 minutes, sorry, not 5 minutes, 15 minutes of waiting for Feet to get whatever he's doing sorted. I have to imagine it's like a catastrophic problem for him to have not rejoined at this point. Maybe a broken mouse or keyboard. Feet from CYBERSHOKE Prospects is the player that we're waiting on, by the way. Saw someone ask that in chat, just thought I should respond. I'm not sure how long ago that message was. Let me just get rid of that that bot as well. Oh well, I don't think I can ban the bot. It's okay. Just ignore that link. Don't go to it. I don't actually know what it is, and I don't really want to find out, and I don't want any of you guys to find out either. So don't do what it said and press space or delete the space. Sorry, because you probably don't want to find out what it does. I can't imagine it is with good intent if they're just going around and putting it in anyone's chat at random. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the tactical timeouts have run out as well, and the teams now are just sitting. Technically the pistol round has started, but neither team is playing. I mean, they're able to move around, but I don't think CYBERSHOKE Prospects want to say the round is live. Simultaneously, the bomb is in spawn for Nuclear Tigers. So, yeah, no live gameplay yet. Like I said, I'm keeping an eye on that. I'm making sure that you guys aren't missing out on anything. So don't worry. Feel free to just relax and stick around and enjoy the surf gameplay, and if you want to, you can leave the audio on, and I'll say when we're back on gameplay. But until now, feel free to grab a snack, get some water, and enjoy this surfing because it's pretty cool. Well, the first round of players technically ended. Oh, okay. The CYBERSHOKE stream has switched to the match will start soon. So, looks like if I want to know what's actually going on in the server, I'll have to monitor that manually. Jeez, their match will start soon slide looks very professional. I should try and sort something like that out for my own stream. Surf gameplay is cool though, right? Might just go into my OBS real quick and like add some text. Can I just add some text? Oh my god, I did not want to create a custom widget. I'm so bad with stream stuff. Aha, text, here we go. Just shrink that a little bit. There we go. That works, right? Let's go back to this. Okay, cool. Guess I'll just hang out here and see if anything happens.
Terrorists win.
Looks like everyone just got booted from the server. So it might be a reset. It might be that CYBERSHOKE Prospects are gonna have to have their coach stand in here. Which I'd say is unfortunate for them after they won that map 1 in overtime. I might have to leave the server here just to make sure that I'm not interfering with any of the technical stuff. I'm going to use Google Translate. This is probably not advisable, but I'm going to take the text that I found in the CYBERSHOKE chat and just translate it and see if I can figure out what's going on. One of the moderators just said waiting. I think we'll get going now. They're playing some music on the CYBERSHOKE stream. So, doesn't appear to be a consensus in terms of what's, an answer, sorry, in terms of my question of what is actually happening, but we're waiting, so, you know, at least we've got that down pat. Someone was asking how long the pause can be, and one of the CyberShoke moderators said, no idea. Ooh! We're live. Sorry, I'm missing the knife round, but I can commentate from the CyberShoke stream. Oh, we might not be live. They're all killing each other. Never mind. Okay, but that was the knife round. Okay, they're saying have fun, have fun. It looks like Pixel, the coach of CyberShoke, is just going to be joining their team here. So let me remove the technical issues text just real quick. There you go, sorry about that guys. And we're in the pistol round. Unfortunate for CyberShoke, but they're going to do their best to make this work. It's an early B hit. Flowser makes his way into cave. He's going to explode out onto the bomb site. He just jumps straight into that CT smoke. Meanwhile, Rain does all the work, gets all the kills. Plane though, still alive in the back of the bomb site. He gets 2 kills and Flowser takes just 3 damage from that HE, but it does kill him. Senka finds Twister and Pixel, the coach, in a 1 versus 2. This is rough. He's not warmed up at all. Everyone else has just played a map. Actually, I say just played a map. It was almost an hour ago now because of all this delay. And on 8 HP, he doesn't really stand a chance. Zika takes him down. And Nuclear Tigers against this coach, they're going to take their first round. I'm happy that we're finally underway, but disappointed on behalf of CyberShoke that they weren't able to get their 5th player in the server. Hopefully I can suss out for you guys what happened there, but really I don't have much of a way of knowing. I would read Russian Twitter if I could read Russian, but I can't. So we're left to wonder. Meanwhile, a buy round here, a conversion for the Nuclear Tigers. Rain on this AK finally finds a kill, but he goes down. Fortunately for him, Flowser cleans them all up with his Mac-10 and his Glock. Sidearm finds 2 kills. Coach in? Yes, coach in. Pixel on CyberShoke Prospects is their coach. Feat, F-E-A-T, was supposed to be the 5th player. He was here for map 1, but honestly I'm not sure. I couldn't read any of the Russian in the CyberShoke chat. They didn't seem to know either, but he wasn't able to join the server. So their coach is playing after, what, like 10 minutes of technical pauses and 5 minutes of tactical timeouts, and a further 5 minutes of just doing nothing. They're finally underway here. And a good sportsmanship from the Nuclear Tigers to wait for him. We'll see if it gets paid back in this round. 4 versus 4. And the bomb going to be planted on B here. Twister lurking around the smoke. He finds the back of Flowser and he gets Senka on the bomb side as well. Rain does kill Squeeze through that peak, the flank. And Zika's just cowering in this corner. He's going to get spotted and taken out by Twister 2. 3 kills in this round. An AK recovered. And Pixel, the coach, manages to hold it down. Removes that flank in Rain, and the defuse is going to come through here. CyberShoke Prospects, they get their first round of this map. Now the proper full buy is going to be able to come through for the Nuclear Tigers. Since they converted, they're going to have enough money for some AKs. Most of them have util, Flowers are the only one without it. And a Mac-10 on Senka, which is interesting because 2 of the CTs do lack head armor. So we'll see if it turns out to matter. Senka gets taken down to half health by an HE, but he does force plane away from this cave door with that utility. Positioning over towards A here. Rain's just going to lurk this smoke. Pixel seems cognizant. He's just holding for this. We'll see if he can manage to find one or both kills. Rain walks out the smoke and Squeeze takes him out instantly. Senka on the other side of it. He's going to run through and get taken out as well. Maybe a scroll wheel jump. 2 kills on the bomb site though. McCuse And Flowser, they've managed to clear this all out. Zika's going to plant the bomb, and Diesel just walks through that CT smoke, sprays into 2 kills and 1v1. Flowser getting the trade back. Very important plane. Loud dropping out of Temple. Both players aware of the other's position. The smoke going to introduce some chaos. But the shot over the box. It said it was through the smoke, but I don't think it was. Clear vision for Flowser. A clear head. And a good round for the Nuclear Tigers. Flowser and McHugh's putting in massive work there. Huge entries after they lost both their donut players. You could argue that CYBERSHOKE Prospects, they might have needed a little more from their players in CT, maybe a little earlier presence to hold back those A players out of main. And knowing that that's weak Nuclear Tigers, Flowser is just going to run straight out of this. He knows that it's an eco round here. Oh, and they are just getting mowed down in mid on the rotation off of B. They tried to stack it, and the gamble does not pay off for them here. McHugh's gets caught on that timing. And Zika's Mac 10 at long range. It's not going to be enough to take down Pixel. So they're going to recover a Galil and possibly that Mac 10 at the least. But no real hope of winning this round here. The bomb's already ticked about halfway down. And no kits. Looking to deny the save though. Flowser, he's moving up. And he catches Twister on that peak. Pixel did manage to pick up an M4 though. I think, yeah, that's Diesel's. Taken out earlier in the round. I apologize if I'm pronouncing any of the player names wrong, by the way. I know that it doesn't really look like Diesel, it's more like Dizzle or something, but I'm just saying it the way that is easiest to pronounce for me. And that still makes enough sense, you know. I'm not going to say it's, I don't know, Beazle, because it's a D. But you get what I mean. I'm doing my best. Moving on to our 6th round here. And already Nuclear Tigers have matched the biggest lead that we saw on the last map until the very end of the game. 3 rounds. That was such a nail-biter. And we'll see if Ancient is a different story here. Diesel fights Senka in cave. SMG on SMG. Senka jumps in the air and it does not work out for him. He gets plucked like a clay pigeon. Oh, the nade getting contact with Diesel's face. He gets sprayed straight through the wall by Zika. And now 4v4. Both teams with 1 kill. I'll re-smoke onto this cave entrance. They really do not want to give this up. McHugh's on the boost here. He drops off it though. Playing very patiently. Decides to give up that early angle. He suspects a rotation. And I just noticed that Rain has snuck his way all the way up mid into T spawn. Oh, what is happening in that smoke? Twister is trying to be sneaky and he just gets found. But Rain, they're not expecting this at all. He's going to find both kills. He sprays into them. Pixel gets Flowser at mid, but 1 versus 3. No kit. No hope. No round. 5-1 Nuclear Tigers. They might even look to hunt him here. Rain, he's going to jump up. They know it's the coach. His aim, maybe not as battle hardened as the rest of his players, but he does get 1 kill to his credit. I can't discount him too hard. And he's actually the top frag on their team right now, so I really shouldn't be talking at all. You know, Pixel came to play. I mean, he didn't. He came to coach, but he's stepping up. And I have to respect that. So far, I don't want to cast a curse on him. I'm touching wood. My wooden desk. You know, he could fall off. I'm not saying that he's going to keep this up, but it's a strong start. Okay, moving on. Rain going out of mid here is going to take up some space, and this is just an anti-eco round. But he gets dinged by a USP, and Flowser gets found by that MP9. Quickly looking maybe to reposition towards A. CYBERSHOKE. They're suspecting possibly that Nuclear Tigers, knowing it's a low buy, are going to hit that A site like last time, but instead they're actually going to go towards B. This is a great read. Body blocking a little bit in the doors, but it's not going to matter. It's just Diesel here with this MP9 left to fend the whole bomb site. Plane rotating now. He's going to come in through CT and back him up with the 5-7. But it's a lot of utility and a lot of guns to contend with. The mollies, the nades, the flashes, and Mikuse finds the first kill. Total control of the bomb site. Both entrances smoked off. Plane finds one through the smoke with a 5-7, and I think he dinked Mikuse as well. Rain returns the favor and finds an AK headshot onto him. But it's not a lost round completely for CYBERSHOKE. I mean, no kid is going to make this really hard. I've been saying that a lot, but it's just the truth. And looking to save that Deagle is Pixel, just backing up out of there. Squeeze not able to escape the wrath of these AKs. But Twister, he's been comfortably waiting in T-spawn, saving this AK. I'm not sure if he's actually on this angle at 17 HP. I'd be surprised. Not all the way back. But certainly not playing aggressively. And they managed to save that out. So that's an AK carried over. It's an important weapon. You know, that one-shot headshot potential. Especially on a map like Ancient, where there's a lot of those tight angles where you might only be able to get one shot off before the opponent disengages. That ability to kill with that first bullet can prove the difference in close rounds. Here we go. Aggressively jumping into Donut for Twister, but he's just going to fall back off this. He's going to give up that mid control. Red room smoked off. Pixel spraying through the smoke. He dinks Rain. No frag, but a lot of damage inflicted. And now that that smoke is gone, they're aware of him pushing this. And Molly is going to force him back. Make him reconsider things. He doesn't know that there's two players here waiting for him, and they both pop up. Plane finds the headshot. 5 vs 4. And now the rest of the team is going to explode out onto B. Mikuse goes first. Senka goes down. Mikuse, he sprays into one kill. Blind 180s. Doesn't quite manage to finish off. Squeeze in cave there. Both him and Plane on 11 and 12 HP. And it's just Flowser. He's going to walk into Squeeze's AWP. And that's the round. 6-2. CYBERSHOKE Prospects put their second one on the board. And they're going to look to close this gap. A 6-1 start. Strong stuff for the Nuclear Tigers on their map pick. Showing that their preparation was not for naught. But CYBERSHOKE Prospects still in a chance. They can still end this round. Well in this game. Sorry, in this half. Well and truly in this game. But they're going to have to win some more rounds to do that, so we'll see if they can pull that off. Once again, Rain taking the space in bottom mid. Nuclear Tigers really just don't want to fight for that. Sorry. My goodness. CYBERSHOKE Prospects really just don't want to fight for mid here. And you can see why Pixel gets headshotted. Twister left to hold this donut. There's a smoke on it. And the rest of the team is exploding out of A main. Squeeze does not find that kill. Meanwhile, Twister picks up one, but it gets traded back by Senka, and 4v3 for the retake. Diesel does find the first kill. He's going to throw a flash over the wall. They're going to swing out together, and both go down to Mikuse. That's great spray control and aim from him. And Squeeze, he wants to get out with this AWP, but he might not be allowed to here. Mikuse is so aware. And he's taken down. It's not a one round yet. I believe there's kits available. Picks up the AK. He needs to find both kills, but the flank from Senka is too quick. Squeeze just not ready for that, and he goes down. And the Nuclear Tigers secure themselves a winning half. Whatever happens now, they'll be going into the CT side with a round advantage. But I have a feeling they won't be satisfied with just that. They're going to try and push this lead as far as they can go. Make their lives on that CT side just a little bit easier. Despite all this util, once again, Rain and Frowser just make their way out bottom mid. McHugh's already finding a pick in cave. But he goes down to Diesel. 1 for 1, 4v4. The spray through the wall nearly takes down Diesel. Senka doesn't quite manage to polish off that kill. And now Rain posts himself up just outside. Oh my goodness. Diesel. Instant headshot onto Senka. And the awareness of this lurk, not quite there right now. Maybe their internal clocks are ticking. There it is. Squeeze turns. But I don't think he spotted him. Aware of the possibility for sure though. Zika just waiting for some misplayed aggression, and Rain, unfortunately on that lurk, sniffed out by Squeeze. He hits the AWP shot and sets Zika up for this 1 versus 3. Bomb on his back. He doesn't know that A's open, but he'd have a hard time getting there. All avenues he has currently closed off. But walking out of cave, he's found the gap here. He's found the hole. Slipped the net. And the CTs, they have no idea. They think he's gone towards A. Both players at mid. Squeeze. He's going to get shot in the back of the head. He's going to get the bomb down. Time for this. No one close enough to deny the bomb plant. Low HP as well on Diesel. If he can find that frag, this is very doable. But he's going to walk into Pixel. He's not ready for the angle. He finds the kill. 1 versus 1. Both players low enough for 1 bullet to finish them off. Zico gets spotted through that corner of the smoke, and Diesel just barely manages to hang on to this round for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. That was so close. A valiant attempt from Zika, but just not quite enough gas in the tank. (7-3). And for the first time in what feels like a long time, it's going to be an eco round for Nuclear Tigers. 4 Tech 9s, 1 Glock. We've got some utility and they've all got armor. It's not an unwinnable round, but when you lack those primary weapons, it makes it difficult to find the frags. And here they come. Digital takes 1 down, but immediately gets traded back. McHugh finds 2 on the entry. Pixel trades them back, and he gets taken out by Flowers. 3 versus 2 now. This force buy round is going remarkably well. Oh, Twister gets caught on the reload. Pushing through the smoke is Senka. And Squeeze gets domed in the side of the head by Flowers. The Tech 9s, they make it work. Practically a half buy round. Every player was really just saving, trying to get those AKs in for the next one. Probably shooting for a bomb plant. But the win really just fell into their hands there and they grabbed it. Shouldn't say fell into their hands. The win was dangling in front of them and they reached out and grabbed it with both hands. That's what I was looking for. Once again, it's mid-aggression. It's so fast. Senko, he's just running all the way up with a Mac-10. And Pixel, he doesn't like that disrespect. He's going to take him down to 5 HP and send him running back. Diesel does get found by McHugh in main. And Squeeze tries to spray into them. He does take Fowler down to half HP. But they're going to lose control of this bomb site. Fleeing in cave. Gets 1 kill. Picks up that AK. He has the molly to deny the plant. A team molly, I think that was. Forces Flowser to swing into Plane's AK. And now this rotation cut off. Pixel finishes what he started at the start of the round. And walks right into that AWP. Not aware at all. Zika now. Just 11 HP on plane, but it might not matter. It's an AWP. He's going to spray the default plant. But no damage found, and now Zika knows where he is. The element of surprise lost on that flank. He's going to shuffle up towards the bomb site, drop a smoke on the bomb. A missed shot from Zika is huge, but the HE, all the power in the world to deny this plant. He just has to graze him with it, and that's going to do it. Zika closes out this round with a high explosive grenade. 9-3 half, 4 nuclear tigers. Against the CYBERSHOKE Prospects, backed up by their coach. Or should I say, headed by their coach. He still has the most damage on the team. Not quite top fragging anymore, but he's definitely hanging around, making his presence felt in the server. But it doesn't seem to be enough for CYBERSHOKE to claw their way back into this map. The pistol round is going to be crucial if they want to stage a comeback here. It's a bit of a mid-split. Plane sneaking up towards Donut here. He gets dinked by Flowser instantly. And now Pixel leads the charge, and every single one gets taken out by Flowser. He just hit headshot after headshot. Twister left all on his lonesome. Flowser wants that ace, and he's not going to get it. Denied. Twister finds the first kill. He could... Okay, I was going to say he could still win this round, but Zika does not let that happen. Those jiggle peaks, so difficult to punish, especially on a pistol when you can't pre-fire the angle whatsoever. And the Nuclear Tigers, they're going to take that pistol round, making it 10-3. With only Glocks for the CYBERSHOKE Prospects, it looks certain to be 11-3. It would take a miracle for them to find a way back into this game. And this A push is going to get heard. The footsteps noted by Zika. They're going to be ready for this. Faza posted up on the boost. He gets 2 kills before being taken down. Zika though, ready and Rain, ready to collect. They clean it up. Only 1 kill for the T side here. And on the brink of match point. It's a lousy looking buy. Sure, they've got AKs, sure they've got the head armor, but the utility, it's not where you want it to be. The CTs, by contrast, fully equipped. But this game is about clicking heads. And Twister does not show a good example. Spraying wildly, he gets taken out. Flazza on the run and gun through that smoke. He gets another one. And 4 versus 2 CYBERSHOKE Prospects. Their prospects are grim in this round. And perhaps in this map, as it looks to go to match point. Macuse searching for a fight here. He's going to take out both kills. And it's 12-3 to Nuclear Tigers. And I don't know how many of you guys were here before this map started, but I was saying map 1 was 1916. It went overtime. It was so close, and I was saying that every game I've casted, you know, I casted like 1 game earlier today, I casted a game yesterday. Every game has been so close, like 13-11, 13-10, 19-16. And I was like, man, it's so great to commentate that. Like, it's not a blowout. And looks like I shouldn't have opened my big mouth, because we've got a little bit of a blowout in this one. It's going to be a cobbled together force buy for the CYBERSHOKE Prospects. Just 1 Galil, the rest Tech 9s and a Mac 10. And they're positioning towards B here. Senko. See how many he can get. He's going to pick up all 3 kills. And now 2 versus 5. This looks undoable for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. It's just Twister and Diesel. Blown open in the smoke. And Zika finds both the kills through it. Nuclear Tigers, they close this out and take us to map 3. We're going to train. There's your final scoreboard. Pixel manages to stay on top in terms of damage, leading by example. And oh, it looks like Feet's in the server. I'm not sure if that's if that actually happened or not, but I'm pretty sure Feet just joined the server at the end of that game. So it looks like possibly he'll be back for map 3. Fingers crossed for CYBERSHOKE Prospects, because although Pixel did put in a good performance there on Ancient, it's hard to say that they looked as competitive as they did on Mirage. I mean, when you go from a double overtime game to a 13-3 blowout, it's hard to not see that the common denominator was, or more the uncommon denominator was Feet being exchanged for Pixel on the lineup. But I guess we'll see. We'll find out if Feet is going to return to the server here in just a couple of minutes. I'm just waiting a tick to join back in, as last time, not sure if anyone remembers, but my game did crash and the spectate button is gone. So I'm assuming that means that the server is not quite ready. It says on hold. Looks like it's time to bring this back. Where is it? There we go. Two thumbs up, everyone. Oh. Watch demo. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. It looked for a second like the match had been forfeited, but I think it's going ahead. Oh, I was really scared there. It also didn't make sense that it was given to CYBERSHOKE Prospects, given that they were the one having technical issues with their 5th player and standing in a coach, but I think we are going ahead now with map 3. It's going to be train. Okay, I'm just going to wait a minute because clearly the server is not ready for me to join. Oh, still Ancient. Oh, yep. There goes my game. Okay. Did you guys just love Counter-Strike 2? I mean, it is a great game, but I just wish it didn't crash all the time. Looks like I should put this back here. Okay, let's try that again. Please don't connect to Ancient. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Just kick me back to the main menu, please. Please. Ah! Okay. Man, I really hope this isn't causing problems for anyone who's actually running the server. I would hope that it's automatic and that it's not some person that I'm interfering with here. If I am, my sincerest apologies. I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to the technical side of things here. I'm just here to cast. I'm here to talk. Okay, the timer is down to 7.5 minutes, so that 2.5 minute time period that was specified has passed. I should, fingers crossed, be able to join the server now. It's train. It's the right map. And we're in. And Feet is back. CYBERSHOKE Prospects, it looks like they will not have to employ their coach as a player once more. And I'm sure they'll be excited to return to that lineup that brought us to double overtime in map 1. I'm going to get rid of the technical issues text because that is no longer true. There you go. And wow, this game has run a lot later than I thought it was going to, but I think it's worth it. You know, a final map in a best of 3 series. It's exciting stuff. Just gonna update the stream title. There we go. 1-1. Once again, Pixel makes it in before all his players have joined the server, but this time hopefully he's not going to have to play as well as coach. And there we go, all 6 players in for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. Their woes with their lineup look to be resolved. Nuclear Tigers, we are just waiting for their last 2 players to hop in, and then we should be good to go for the knife round on this 3rd and final decider map. Just a reminder that this is an Elite Series game, not one of the divisions from Open to Advanced, so it's not a league format as would be suggested by ESEA League. Instead it's more of a bracket system, so this is an upper bracket game, meaning the loser will be sent to the lower bracket and the winner will advance. In the upper bracket, sorry I need to sneeze. Okay, I think it's going away. So the loser is going to play, I believe, a team called Watermelon, and the winner will play whoever wins the other game in this bracket. I'm not sure if it's been determined who that's going to be. We'll have a look actually while we wait for this game to start. Here we go. It's mistakenly reported that CYBERSHOKE Prospects have already won, but they haven't actually won. That score should be updated once they play this 3rd map. So the winner, yes, will play Warmup Esports, and that's the upper bracket final. And the loser will play Watermelon in the lower bracket first game. The winner of that will progress to play the winner of the lower bracket game will progress to play the loser of the upper bracket final, and then those 2 teams will play off in the grand finals to determine who wins this league format. Zika making his way into the server as well. Just 1 more player left on Nuclear Tigers, and then we should be good to get underway with our knife round here. Unless they plan to have their coach stand in for a game as well, in the name of fairness. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think that would be a pretty cool thing to do. But it might have been a little more fair if they had their coach stand in last game. So, you know what? Actually, just forget about it. Nuclear Tigers, they're readying up. Despite the fact that only 4 of their players are in the server. And he types no ready. I'm not sure if that actually works or not. Unready. Exclamation mark, Tiger's not ready. Okay, and they are ready now. Now that McCuse has joined, everyone is ready to go on the Nuclear Tiger side of things. Now they're just waiting for CYBERSHOKE Prospects to type that ready command in the chat, and we'll be underway with our knife round here in this third and final decider map. And here we go. The knife round is upon us. No coaches in the server this time. Sorry, they are in the server, but no coaches on either team alive as a player. It's really hard to demonstrate that through words, but the coaches aren't playing, okay? They're coaching. Pixel back to a spectating position. And this knife round matters as Train is a heavily CT-sided map, so it's going to determine who gets the stronger side first. Half HP here on Zeta and Senka. They do have the HP advantage, Nuclear Tigers. And Flauser just throws himself into the fray. It does not work out for him. He finds nothing. And that's going to cost his team the knife round. CYBERSHOKE Prospects, immediately they take the CT side. And finally, we're going to get started on our map 3 decider. After a thrilling map 1 and a not so thrilling map 2 with a coach stand-in, our map 3 is going to be underway in just 5 seconds here. The pistol round, all important, can determine the economy for the rest of the half, or at least the first half of the half. It's 3 players towards Ivy here for Nuclear Tigers. Senka tagged up in A main. He's got to hide with the bomb, and the 3 players, they're going to burst out. Feet dinked up. They know he's on low HP. Zika wants to finish off that kill, but he's aiming for the head. Accuse does eventually take him down. Meanwhile, Plane finds 2 picks. Squeeze on 2 HP, just tucked behind that box there. Prior to the changes, he would be a dead man, and he is. 4 kills from Accuse this round. He's hunting for that ace. Drops the Glock in the open with no bullets, but has to pick it back up as he doesn't find an alternative. Twister gets the first kill. It's 1 versus 1, and he finds both! A 1 versus 2 clutch and a 3k in this pistol for Twister. And that's a really well played pistol from him. And the CTs, they managed to convert on the inherent advantage they get on this map. Purchasing up those rifles, a couple of SMGs to enforce. And mostly head armor. Plane opts to neglect that option. And he might pay for it, as there's 3 Tech 9s and a Galil on the T side here. It's going to be a fast B hit coming in upper. Or not. They slow things down a little bit, but the noise cue's given over. CYBERSHOKE, they're expecting something here, but are they ready? Yeah, Teasel sprays into 2, but he only finds 1 kill. Twister takes the other one. He's in that smoke and they know it. Senka takes him out. And now 2 versus 3 in the retake. Bacuse is found all the way up past the oil train. Squeeze though, takes out Rain on the bomb site, and now they have access to the bomb. They can start defusing whenever they like. McHugh's so far away, but it is a 10-second stick, no kit, and they find the kill. CYBERSHOKE, they managed to convert on that advantage from the pistol round. Not easily though. Nuclear Tigers, a strong effort on the force buy, but unfortunately it does not turn out well for them. A bomb plant means that they can force this again if they really want to, but I think most teams in this situation would choose to save. Just opt for the full buy. Although I may have spoken too soon. It's 3 Galils purchased, a Mac 10, and we'll see what Zika opts for. It's another Galil. No head armor on 2 of those players. This is a risky buy. I guess their logic is that they got the bomb down last round, they can do it again here. But if they lose, it's another free round for CYBERSHOKE. Twister early into Long Dog. He's not going to find any fights just yet. Dusty pushes up. Diesel, aware of the possibility of a loke on the smoke, he sees Flauser but doesn't get to shoot. Now pulls the trigger. Zico gets the trade back though. The flank comes in from Twister. He's going to try and find something here. Squeeze gets full blinded. Senka Must have heard those footsteps. And Twister on that flank. He pulls the trigger, he executes. And Senka gets taken down as well. It's just Rain coming in from a connector, and this is expected. Squeeze, so aware. Instant headshot when the smoke fades. And it's 3 kills for him in the round. Good impact. And closed out well by CyberShoke Prospects. A very similar economic situation to the end of the last round. A couple more hundreds of dollars, perhaps, for the Nuclear Tigers, but this time they are going to opt for the save. You could call this a half buy. It is a lot of utility, armor, and Tech 9s. 1 Deagle on the Qs. But, again, not primary weapons. No AKs, no Galils, not even a Mach 10. And they're going to slow it down for this one. The first few rounds, they wanted to put the pressure on early, but they're going to ease their foot off the gas a little here. Maybe let the tension set in. This map 3, they've been playing for so long now. All the time waiting for technical issues in map 2. The double overtime in map 1. Or to be a little mentally draining. Feet pushes out of Ivy and finds Senka all the way back in T-spawn. And the bomb just cowers in that corner. He's going to get away. But 2 trades come out. Macuse and Rain get 2 kills. But Diesel finds one back onto Rain through the smoke. 2 versus 3 now in the retake. 3 versus 1. Macuse left to Carol behind Red Train. He wants to pick that bomb up. But he has to find some kills to do it first. As he peeks out onto the angle, he spots a couple of players. And he doesn't manage to kill either of them. Feet, he's going to take him down, and it's 4-0 for CyberShoke Prospects. They look dominant so far on this CT side. At last, a buy round with AKs is going to be available for Nuclear Tigers. We'll see what they can make with it. At last they have the utility, they have the head armor, they have the weapons. They just need the aim. And the round call. But that doesn't make for as good of a one-liner. A fast Ivy push here, Flauser. He suspects that it's uninhabited, and he's quite right. Feet here, moves into position to shut this down with a Molotov. I don't know if he heard him burn there. Smokes it off though, he wants to hold this. Spraying back through the smoke, that would have been good on Tazika had he not tucked behind the wall. And they're gonna shrink away. Explore other avenues here. Macuse in B upper. Waiting for a timing maybe. Plane tucked in the same main corner. Not gonna find anything just yet as the Nuclear Tigers make their way towards B. Shifting through upper, they do not want to give up any info unnecessarily here. Macuse, he's been here the whole round. Finally gets to pull the trigger on this push. He drops a smoke. And here they come out of main. Twister finds one. He finds 2. Blinded on the first kill. He looks up towards heaven. Takes down Zeke on the stairs. Macuse has already pushed him and he finds the headshot. Twister, 4 kills. Completely shuts down that B push. That's great stuff from him. And I would argue maybe some poor positioning and spacing from Nuclear Tigers. Not one of those kills really possible to trade aside from maybe the first one. 4 1v1s offered up, and Twister, to his credit, takes down every last one with impeccable precision. The Utility Fest 2025 begins here in the A main area. So many grenades being tossed out. No damage really inflicted besides 33 onto Diesel there. And he's over on B. Once again, Nuclear Tigers, they're just going to sit in this round for a little bit. Force out some utility and then pull the trigger on a push. They have succeeded in one facet of that. The CT's expending all their smokes in all but one of the mollies. Just 3 flashes left. But they do have the rifles. And that's probably what their hope is going to make the difference in this round. It's going to be an A-split. Senko lines up this smoke. And after it's thrown pretty quickly, there's going to be some flashbangs flying over and they're going to pull the trigger on this play. Running out of Pop Dog now. He's going to approach the bomb site. They're going to get sprayed straight through the smoke. This AK is so brutal. Not a single ounce of death for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. They find every kill within about 5 seconds of the first one. And a timeout taken. Nuclear Tigers, they are looking miserable, frankly, in this game. 6-0. A tough cookie for them to swallow, especially after that blowout on the last map, 13-3. But it is the T side of Train. I think anyone that knows anything about this map knows that those T side rounds are very tricky. You can get by with as many as just 4, maybe even 3 in some circumstances if it's a very CT-sided game. You know, sometimes teams, both of them just prefer that aspect of starting with control instead of having to take it away. And on a map like this, you get control very, very easily. Regardless, Nuclear Tigers, they want to find something here. They want to find their first round. They do have the AKs. Unlike last time, they forced out the util, but the Tech-9s just weren't enough to convert on that advantage. With rifles, maybe they stand more of a chance. The Rain's going to get flushed out of this corner. Escapes with his life. Not quite punished by Squeeze there, but very close. He takes him down to about half health. And Senka does go down. And Pop Dog, clean. Gets full blinded and stuck on that pillar. And finds 1 kill, but immediately taken down by Plane. He's going to find a second out of A main, but Flowser trades it back. Diesel, sitting behind the bomb train, maybe trying to give the impression that that was all the players on A. And this crunch is brutal. 1 in front, 1 behind. But Twister doesn't go. Oh, there's a gap in the smoke. I don't know if Diesel spotted them. Flowser, he turns, but he gets seen. And Diesel, unaware that that first player already crossed. But now he hears the footsteps. McCuse, he must have assumed that he'd been spotted too. But unknowingly gives up that info voluntarily. He is going to be safe to plant the bomb. But he's going to be hard pressed to find these fights. They both swing in and Twister finds the headshot. 7-0. CYBERSHOKE, they look dominant right now. A massive bank of cash building up for them. 3-4 players above $12,000 going into this round. Might have even been all 5. I'm being thrown off by the fact that the coach is in there, but you get the point. They have a lot of money. The same cannot be said for the Nuclear Tigers. Another half by Galil's, a Tech-9, a Mac-10. But we've seen them do stuff with these Tech-9s, these low buys before. In that second round they made it very close against a full buy. And pressure applied towards B, but it's just a fake. Senka goes down. McCuse does get a kill. He's left on low HP, but the rest of the team is actually looking up Ivy. This bait has worked. CYBERSHOKE, they've bit on what they saw. Now A-site bomb control is taken. Flowser and Zika both find a kill. Feet, he's going to swing into this AK and he finds a headshot. That's beautiful stuff from him. Feet walks out, unaware of Zika on top of yellow though. And squeeze in a 1v3. The AWP, not the weapon you want in this situation. He's going to have to clear this angle. It's very difficult. And he might just choose to save, despite the wealth of money that they've accrued. He really can't justify throwing this AWP away for nothing, especially when the Nuclear Tigers might not be able to afford one on their own. And the AWP is such a strong weapon on train. But a sigh of relief for the Nuclear Tigers as they finally find themselves on the board after 8 rounds of play.
Terrorists win.
A 7-1 scoreline. For any Brazilians in the chat, I apologize. And for any Germans in the chat, I ask that you be respectful and don't gloat too much. And now the T's. Fortunately for them, now that they've got a round, they've got a bye. Using that loss bonus and the fact that they got a round win with the bomb plant to their advantage, they're going to have full utility, full rifles, full armor here. And they're looking to capitalize on that opportunity. The second round, it's not going to be enough to break the util of CYBERSHOKE after that 7-round gap. But it is going to be enough to close the scoreline. At the end of the game, the score is what matters. Bomb positioning towards B here. Mercuse. He's in B upper. He's going to look to swing out. With the fake util on this A site. Diesel is being drawn back towards Con. That's the last B player. Site control totally handed over. He doesn't see him. 4x3. Mercuse, he doesn't turn. It doesn't matter. Twister kills him anyway. Diesel goes down without finding one, but Twister gets a second kill. 4 versus 2 now for CYBERSHOKE. They just need to find these 2 kills. Flowser goes down. Zika gets one back, but he's on 4 HP and he just can't do it. Plane finds the headshot. And it's an 8th round for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. That 1 round looks maybe just to be a blip in the timeline. A needle in the haystack. As CYBERSHOKE once again emerge victorious. Nuclear Tigers though have enough money for one more buy. That being said, if they lose this round, with the loss bonus being reset after their win, things do not look pretty for them. And again, it's heavy early control towards B. Mercuse leads the way towards upper. And Diesel have to fend for himself on B. 4 players on CYBERSHOKE towards A. And he sees 4 mollies, a bunch of flashbangs fly in. And he finds 1 kill, but it's not going to be enough to hold them out of the bomb site. Rain also catches Plane on the lurk there, and Flowser catches Twister just outside that smoke. A 2v4 retake. Looks possible now. 2 versus 3. Squeaks with that first kill. Opens the way back into this round. But Feet goes down. It's going to have to be a 1 versus 3 clutch. In a 4K if he wants to win this. Possibly the option of a ninja defuse on his mind. He does have the smoking kit available, but there's a player behind him. Mercuse does a great job catching that timing. He finds the headshot. And he finds a second round here for Nuclear Tigers. A spark, maybe. Something to light the fire that they're going to need to come back into this game. Already, CYBERSHOKE, an 8-2 lead. It's substantial. Even with the CT-sidedness of Train, to close this gap is going to take a monumental effort from Nuclear Tigers, and I won't put it past them. as they move in once again towards B. But the response should be faster here for CYBERSHOKE this time. As is the push from Nuclear Tigers, McHughes does get taken down by Diesel. And he knows Senka's all the way back there. 3 kills already for Diesel. This aim is just on point. He's heard Zika in B main. The flashbang doesn't blind him. He blinds himself. Diesel with a 4K. And he completely obliterates this push onto B. Remarkable aim from him there. Just every single shot exactly where it needed to be. And CYBERSHOKE, they look to close this out with a possible 10-2 half. 9-3 still on the cards for Nuclear Tigers. A winnable game, but not an easy one. And with a Mach 10 on Senza, the buy looks weak. No head armor for Flauser as well, so those M4s are going to be hitting harder. I say those M4s, there's only one. 3 AKs saved over after last round. And Diesel, he's already sprayed into 2 kills. Once again on this B defense, he is just a machine. He almost found Zika through the smoke, takes it down to half HP. Twister does convert on that. And Twister looks to go through the smoke, but playing behind. Finds the headshot onto Rain. It's just McHughes 1 versus 3. And they know where he is. He's lurking in a smoke right now, but the defuse is going to be stuck. He has to get him off this bomb, and he doesn't stand much of a chance. It's being held. Plane defuses the bomb and gives the 10th round to CYBERSHOKE Prospects. An 8-round pillow being delivered to them for this T side. They just need to find 3 more rounds to close out this game and this series. Moving on in that upper bracket. And condemning Nuclear Tigers to a game against Watermelon in the lower bracket. But if one team can pull off a 10-2 half, then the other team certainly can as well. We know how evenly matched these two teams are in terms of raw skill from map 1. Flauser and Pop Dog. He's waiting for his chance. McHughes manages to repel them with some really light damage in B upper. There's 4 players from Nuclear Tigers in around B. One in pop, 2 in pop, 1 on the stairs, McHughes in heaven. I say that, but Zico's since slinked back over to A main, where he's gonna meet Squeaks. Hiding in that corner. Zico unaware, but he manages to survive, and Flauser comes to his rescue, cleans up that kill. McHughes now, 3 players spotted in B main. He's going to take down 1. Rain finds another. Feet does manage to finish off Zika in towards A main, but the bomb's dropped at B. Playing. He's got 2 players collapsing on him with dualies and low HP. He's now 1 shot. Feet fighting Senko on A. Doesn't manage to find anything, and playing. No real hope of winning this round. The bomb's down, and he's down. 10-3. The Nuclear Tigers give themselves a chance. Full buy, 4 rifles and an MP9. And I think rightly so, the CYBERSHOKE Prospects choose to save 5 Glocks. A force is hard to justify when you have that 7-round lead. But it's going to be thin to 6 most likely. McHughes is going to swing and he gets 2 kills, but he gets taken down, and that is an M4. Twister looks to put it to use. Squeeze just drops onto the bomb site. He's just going to stick the plant, and he doesn't quite manage to get it down in time. Flauser whips out the dualies and takes out Feet as well. Meanwhile, Zika finds the headshot. And it's a 4th round, already matching their first half total, our Nuclear Tigers. But But because they saved, CyberShoke look to put on the pressure. They've got to buy around here. It's nothing to be scoffed at. Lots of utility. HE's mollies flying out of A main. And Nuclear Tigers, they're really looking for an advantage here in this round. They know that they need to find something. Because if the momentum stops, then it's all over for them here. I mean, on that pixel gap, spots Zika, but only manages to land one shot for 22 damage. Not substantial. The bomb looks to be dropped. I believe that's in B upper. I don't think they would have been so careless as to just leave it down in A main. Senka doesn't seem too worried about occupying that space, so I'd assume that it is in fact in B. And hearing those footsteps, they've surely got to suspect that some sort of B push is coming. Picking up the bomb itself might have even been heard. But there's players positioned towards Popdog here. I think they might have spotted Diesel's hand just through that tiny gap. And they're aware of this now. Nuclear Tigers, they're ready for the smoke push, but Playin still finds the first kill. Rain, a trade back, 4 versus 4. Finds a second, finds a third. And Twister now left in a 1 versus 2. He goes to plant the bomb and not ready for Macuse, who swings out from behind the bomb train and finds an easy headshot. And halfway there, Nuclear Tigers 5 to 10. 5 more rounds required to make this comeback happen. And somewhat of a force buy for CyberShoke. They've opted to go for a couple of Galils, a couple of Tech-9s and a Mach-10. They want to make something happen here. Early into Popdog, they are just going to burst out of this, it looks like. And Flauser says no. He instantly headshots Diesel. Zika chips in as well with a kill onto Playin. Rain, everyone doing their part here on A. 1 kill apiece for the CTs. These last two players, Feet and Twister, they are going to get mowed down by the M4s as well. 6 rounds for Nuclear Tigers. Bit by bit, they are making this happen. And they have not lost hope. And I'll be very interested to see what the economic decision is here for CyberShoke. I mean, some of them have money for rifles, but it looks like it's just going to be a save. A half buy perhaps, Tech-9s and armor. But not a huge investment into this round. They're going to wait to build their money a little more and give them a more serious challenge later on. But before that, Nuclear Tigers will have to make sure they can convert on their advantage here in terms of weapons. Macuse is going to get the spot. Doesn't even take damage. He gets out for free. And that should be an indication that there's going to be some sort of play in towards B here, but no one is rotated. Speak too soon. Flowers coming in through con now. And here it comes, the B hit. It's going to be fast. Macuse doesn't manage to find a kill there. He manages to find Twister, but both the B players go down and they have control of the bomb site. The bomb plant going to be stuck by Feet. These are with the AK. We know what he can do with this weapon. His aim has ludicrous potential. Zika offers up a headshot, but it's not delivered on. And just 6 bullets now. The flank is coming in quickly from Senka. He hears the reload, and he's going to execute him back at the skull. 7 rounds for Nuclear Tigers. And that gap that looked so insurmountable just a few rounds ago, 10-2, is now close to 7-10. From 8 rounds to just 3. And I know the vibes are good in the Nuclear Tigers VC right now. They are flowing, they are jamming. We've got this, guys. We're going to make this comeback happen. Let's go. And CYBERSHOKE surely fighting to keep themselves held together here. They must not despair if they want to still close out this game. They still have a 3-round cushion and they can still win this for certain. They are far from out of it. Once again, only one player positioned towards B. It's McCuse. But the rotate, once again, comes through. Rain here to back him up. We'll see if a retake will be required once again. The difference is that this round the T's do have those weapons available. The AK is so lethal on those headshots. Diesel's going to walk out of upper and he hears Rain burning in that molly. They know there's one on the bomb site and he's probably seen the util from second. They line up and Diesel kills Plane, but not before Plane manages to take out McCuse. Twister walking out that smoke takes out Rain as well, and they have full control of this bomb site. It's really difficult if you're the Nuclear Tigers to say we should concede this round, but it might just be the best decision for them here. Zika. If he can find one pick, they might still decide to go for this. But he gets spotted before he makes it out, and Squeeze hits the headshot. Diesel as well finds Flowser into connector. And it's just Senka. He might go for a ninja defuse here. Oh, but they're so aware of the possibilities. CYBERSHOKE. That's great stuff from Feet, making sure they close out the round. That very easily could have gone Nuclear Tigers' way if they weren't careful, and they make it to 11 finally, after 5 rounds of misery. They convert on something. And both teams now somewhat on the brink of economic reset. CYBERSHOKE probably with enough money to buy into the next round, but if Nuclear Tigers lose this, they will not be in a good shape. And on match point no less. Feet looks to fight. Zika says no thank you, he walks away. Senka, cheeky lurk in A main here. Twister manages to escape before that molly lands. He's just gonna get out of there. He doesn't want the smoke. Rain, I'm not sure if he actually saw anything. He turned around, which is an interesting decision if you know there's a player. Might have just been pre-fire. But it's enough. It scares off the CYBERSHOKE players and they retreat back into Long Dog. And now, Nuclear Tigers, they feel certain they know what's coming in this round. It's been their go-to play this entire T side, the B pop. But it might be a wrong expectation. 3, 4, 5 players positioned towards A. And here they come. Feet out of main. Dies. Twister manages to trade it back. The game is frozen. This is terrible timing. I'm just going to cast around from the kill feed. Plane finds McCuse. Flowser finds Plane. And I believe it's just one player left now on the CT side for Nuclear Tigers. The bomb should go down in just a second here. 12 seconds. They recover it. Rain goes down and Prospects find the round. I've got to very quickly reconnect to the server. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I don't know why the game does that, but okay, well, that's a problem. Okay. This says it's finished, but I don't believe the game has actually ended yet. I'm going to quickly pull up the CYBERSHOKE Twitch stream, and we'll see if they can still see the game or not. Here we go, they're still live. Alright, improvisation. I'm so sorry, Russian Caster, I'm just going to mute you. Okay, match point here for CYBERSHOKE Prospects. They've already found 1 kill onto Flowser, and it's a feeble buy. A 5.7 and an MP9, no head armor on any of these players remaining. CYBERSHOKE Prospects looking to close this out after a grueling series, a brutal map 2 where they had to play with their coach, and a hard fought map 1 that went to double overtime. Finally, on the brink of victory here. 5 versus 4. They just need to find something. A way in. There's 3 players on Nuclear Tigers positioned towards B upper. And they might find 2 players here to fight. Diesel, though, takes down Rain. He's going to look for another fight. Zika, though, finds 2. And all of a sudden, the numbers advantage is gone. 3 versus 3. It's all even. And Zika finds another kill onto Squeaks. Twister spins and finds Zika and Senka on the A bomb site. 2 versus 1 now. They have to pick up the bomb. They've got 20 seconds to do this. McHughes, they know where he is. He tags up both players. He's going to take that Twister for the reload. He doesn't have enough bullets, and Feet finishes him off. Wow, what an ending. 13-7. CyberSHOKE Prospects close out this series 2-1. And that is remarkable. Thank you everyone so much for sticking around until the end. It's been a long 3 hours, but we made it through the tech issues and the coach joining, through the overtimes. And wow. A rewarding end for CyberSHOKE. They stuck around the entire time, never letting go, never losing hope. It would have been so easy to slip into a bad mindset after you lost those first 5 T-side rounds, but finally gaining a foothold, they managed to close things out and keep themselves in this upper bracket. As for my stream, that's going to be it for tonight. I hope everyone's enjoyed this 3 hours of casting. It's a very long time for me. And I should be live again doing the same thing around 6:30 my time tomorrow. So that is on UTC time, I believe 10:30 a.m. So that's like British time. And you can sort of figure out where it is on your time zone based on that. Anyway, I better end the stream because I am tired. But thank you so much for anyone who stuck around and watched the whole thing. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.